The playoffs are still the target at the moment, viewers. Form has dipped a little bit, so fingers crossed today we can move back into those spots.
Can you hear the sound?
7 games have passed since we beat Peterborough on Saturday's episode. After that Peterborough win, we then went and lost 3-2 to Sheffield Wednesday in a really disappointing performance where we were 1-0 up after 25 minutes and then we ended up 3-1 down. But Jerome Sinclair in the 78th minute got nothing more than a consolation goal after Otte scored his first goal under our stewardship. Then against Charlton, it didn't get much better. We drew 1-1. In the 91st minute, we conceded after they were down to 10 men in 22 minutes. So you're thinking after that time that we are going to go on and win this game with another Jerome Sinclair goal, putting us 1-0 ahead in the 50th minute. However, that did not happen. And that was disappointing to say the least after the performance against 10 men. And then we got back to winning ways with a 4-1 victory over Accrington Stanley, where we were 1-0 up in the 21st minute, and then Ethan Hamilton made it 1-1 in the 37th. I thought, surely not. We cannot collapse once again. However, Dale Taylor got a brace in the 39th and 52nd minute before Jerome Sinclair rounded off the goals for us, and we won 4-1 away from home. Then we welcomed Wimbledon to the Peninsula Stadium, where Jerome Sinclair put us 1-0 up inside 22 minutes, but just 3 minutes later, Asai for Wimbledon scored, and that is how it finished 1-1 in another disappointing performance where we should be getting more out of these games. And then the first of 3 wins in a row came in all competitions where we beat Peterborough once again, this time in the FA Cup with Sinclair scoring, Taylor and McLaughlin. In the Papa John's Trophy, we won 2-0 to progress through to the second round after qualifying from our group with goals from Finley Burns and Carlos Tevez. And then back in league action, Josh McPake and Finley Burns put us 2-0 up with 14 minutes to go. Dan Jones scored a consolation goal in the 89th minute to give us another 3 points against one of last season's rivals. Those results then see us sitting 1 point outside the playoffs behind Peterborough, but we take on second place Rotherham today with 7 points separating us, so we will be looking for another big victory today. What I have noticed is we've lost 1 game at home and drawn 3 at home. So home form is looking good. It's the away form that is really letting us down at the moment. But one man that is in form is Jerome Sinclair. Let's go have a look at his recent form to see his average match ratings. So here is his recent form then. He scored in 6 games in a row for us, starting with that Peterborough game all the way through to Peterborough once again in the Cup. He was dropped for the Lincoln game because I just thought, what's the point in the Papa John's Trophy? And he got back into the starting 11 against Leyton Orient. Had a poor game with a 6.6. But before that, he was putting in 7s. He's done really well, scoring 11 goals out of a possible 18 with 3 assists, with an average rating of 7.18. So he's really strong this season. And fingers crossed against today, against Rotherham, he can put in a good performance. Let's go have a look at the starting 11 and see if we can break into those playoffs. We've changed formation as well, because I did wonder if that was culminating with the poor form that we were in as we were starting to get found out. So we've gone from 2 up top to putting a defensive midfielder in with 1 up top. Dale Taylor as well has made his debut for Northern Ireland, getting a goal in the process as well. But the starting 11 is Norris in goal, a back 4 of Ndaba, McLaughlin, Burns and Lund. Lavia in that defensive midfield for us today, with Hunt and Melly in front of him. Sinclair's on the left, Morris is on the right, and Dale Taylor leading the line. We've had a little bit of a moan from both Darren Moore in charge of Alex Hunt and Paul Cook from Ipswich, and Darber's on loan, saying they aren't playing enough. So we are going to try and keep them, to keep those good relationships with managers, to try and get players back on loan. And so far, we're going to find out how they're getting on. But I think looking at it, their average match rating is looking good. So hopefully they can come in and make that positive difference for us. But the man that I said we are looking at today is Jerome Sinclair. He's on 12 goals for the season. Let's go see if he can add more. Here we go then, Rotherham away. A big game for us as they are in second, and a win today would see us move into those playoff places. With Wigan we've already played, Ipswich we've already played as well. Peterborough we've beaten, so we really need to start picking up some points against these teams above us, because that is where we are falling a little bit short at the moment. And if we are wanting to get into those playoffs this season, those are the games that we need to be winning crucially. 28 minutes in, we've not seen a single highlight. We've had 63% of the ball with 4 shots, but none on target. Norris rolls it out to Finley Burns. He's picked up a booking. He's been very good for us recently as well. Lund on this right-hand side with his grey hair Interesting that he's lost the ball in that area because I thought he was going to make a breakaway. We've seen him do it so many times. He wins it back though. Taylor into Sinclair. Oh, unleashes. Oh, and he rattles the post from about 25 yards out there. And Jerome Sinclair looking to get back to goal scoring ways with a bang, and he almost did it as he smacked the post with the ball. But unfortunately, just a little bit too far away from, well, a little bit too close to that post as it has hit it an inch either side, and it is going in the net. Well, an inch on the left-hand side, right-hand side of the post, and it's going in the net. Because if it had gone the other way, it'd have been out for a goal kick. Either way, half-time's here, and we need to try and get something out of these boys to pick up the 3 points. We've told the boys they are controlling the possession today and go out there and make something good with it, make something useful with the ball. Millwall? Oh my word. Rotherham. Remember who we are playing here. Rotherham are playing very, very defensive here with 3 at the back, the 2 wing backs and the 3 in midfield. Very, very hard to break down. We are going to try and demand a little bit more here. We've not seen anything in the second half, 15 minutes to go. Let's make some changes. We'll put Jerome Sinclair up top. We'll bring Brandon Thomas Asante on that left-hand side. In the middle, Melly as well is going to be leaving us in the summer. He has decided, as he wants to explore his new options, probably done us a favour because I think we were going to release him anyway. So his £2,700 a week is going to be coming back into club as we bring Conor McKelney on for him and just swap things about, try and get something out of this game. Again, we are going to demand some more. Not seen anything in this second half. Been a very, very poor game. Just 2 bookings from us and we draw 0-0 away from home. Not bad against second in the table in the long run of things, but in the short term, it's very disappointing we couldn't have picked up 3 points. Only 4 shots on target in the entire game. Not our best day at the office once again. We're going to say we expect to see them all in train. Matty Lund doesn't work or tend to work well after those sort of feedback. He doesn't respond well to it, but fingers crossed one day he will do as we miss out on the playoffs and we are now 2 points away after 18 games. It's very, very tight looking ahead of us, but there's starting to become a gap between that top 3 from where we are now, and it's very, very disappointing. So another bad day at the office then. It sees us draw 0-0 in a not a brilliant performance, I think we can all admit. However, in a few games' time, we do play Derby, who are 5 points, or 4 points ahead of us rather. So fingers crossed we can go and get something from that game. Interestingly, Jozwiak is on international duty for Derby. I assume he's at the World Cup, and he will be a key player for them, so that is quite useful to us. But fingers crossed, when we come back, we have picked up 6 points from our next 2 league games. We've got a second round tie in the FA Cup against Eastleigh, so you'd expect us to be able to move into the 3rd. And then in the Papa John's, if we win, we win. If we don't, we don't. It's not the end of the world. But then looking ahead again, we've got Peterborough and Wigan back to back. And then looking a little bit further afield, Ipswich coming up in February as well. It's going to be a very interesting end to the season, but what we'll do is we will come back for the Derby game tomorrow. But if you have enjoyed that, viewers, please don't forget to smash that like button for me, share the video around, and subscribe to the channel for more content. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again for more next time.